song is called Vampire. So I haven't been 100% mentally here today because I'm super nervous about something. I think this is the first time I've ever been actually nervous performing. I basically have something that I just want to get as many people's attention as I possibly can, not just from me, but from the people that I'm speaking for. And I have kind of a speech planned. actually going to take my shoes off for this one because I'm that nervous that I can like hardly stand up right now, so just give me a second.
Oh, interesting.
I also had an issue printing my speech off, so I have to read it off of my computer. So if you couldn't tell, the song that I just performed was a song that I wrote a while ago. I'm a survivor of anxiety and depression, and I still have episodes a lot, and I still go to counseling, and my counselor is here tonight, which I'm very happy about. The reason why I'm wearing this dress too is because this is a dress that I designed for myself the summer that I felt like I was finally recovering from what I was going through. And I finally decided to do something with what I have, and that is singing and writing music, and where I've been. So here goes nothing. So in case some of you don't know, my name is Sadie Wagoner. And I began having problems with anxiety and depression in high school. I woke up one morning and felt like I was in a dream. Not a good dream, I mean that I literally felt like nothing was real. I began to question everything. I would stare at my hands and wonder if they were even really mine. Am I really doing this right now? I was stuck in a cloud and everything caused panic. I could not see through this fog, and every day I felt more and more like a part of myself was being torn away. I feared that no one would be able to help me. My dad's words would no longer bring me relief, and I would forget who my mom was. Perhaps I would wake up one morning and not be able to speak anymore. Or perhaps every single human being that makes or gives me food is trying to drug me. Maybe I've never really lived and this is all an illusion. Maybe I'm possessed. What if I go crazy and kill somebody? Is it really only 10 a.m.? I want this day to be over. I don't want to look at this face in the mirror because I'm afraid of who or what will be looking back at me. All of this, I know it was irrational, yes, but it felt so real. And it was the only thing that did feel real. And the longer and longer it went on, the weaker and weaker I got. I was exhausted. I felt hopeless, and that was when I began to fear for my life. But please don't worry about me, because I seeked help. I educated myself and worked at getting better every single day, and now I'm standing here being honest with every single one of you because somebody needs to speak up. I am speaking for every single teenager that doesn't have the courage to tell anyone what's going on. I am speaking for every adult that doesn't have the courage to tell anyone what's going on. I am speaking for every single person that doesn't have any idea what's going on, and I am especially speaking to every single person who doesn't believe mental health is important. To anyone who doesn't believe in mental disorders, and to anyone who thinks that somebody with depression is just using it to get attention. To anyone who says to a person with anxiety, just stop thinking about it. Just stop thinking about it. Wow, that would be really awesome if I could do that. Another one I've heard is, you just kind of want to tell these people to get a job and get a life. Or in high school, I'd hear this one a lot. You're only 17, what do you have to be sad about? But the most discouraging one of them all was, I just don't know how to help you. So it appears our first problem is we have a lack of understanding when it comes to these issues. And I believe it is because there is not enough education on the subject. Take a look back at your middle school or high school days in your health class or physical education class. You get told the risks of obesity, the effects that certain foods can have on your heart. You learn about all the different parts of the body. You even learn about sex. Notice something that's missing? This is based off of my schooling that I had and a few people I've asked. There is absolutely no education on mental disorders. How food can also affect your brain, how exercise can improve your overall mood and make you a happier person. And also, there is never any warning that suicide is the second leading cause of death for the ages 15 to 24 in the United States. You might say that perhaps it's too morbid to bring up in class. Well, so is being shown real pictures from a drunk driving accident, and I was educated on that. We protect teens with education for the importance of safe sex, avoiding drugs, drunk driving, as well as avoiding strangers. And we are forgetting the second leading cause of death, suicide. How can a person even feel comfortable enough to seek help for their mental issues when it is not even talked about? It is not treated as an illness, and it should be, because 80 to 90% of people who do get treated for depression are treated successfully using therapy or medication. You should be able to call a doctor and make an appointment for panic attacks, hallucinations, thoughts of suicide, mood swings, etc., just like you call a doctor when you have a sore throat or runny nose. You should be told that this is in fact an option and that it is okay to have these feelings. It doesn't make you crazy, you are not alone, and it can be treated. There are counselors and psychiatrists, there are professionals that can help you, just like someone helps a person get better when they're sick. So to make up for some education that we've missed about this issue, let's look at all the facts, proving that mental health should be a huge concern in our country and worldwide. This information that I've collected is derived from the Center for Disease Control. In 2014, 42,773 people died from suicide in America. It is the 10th leading cause of death in Americans all ages, and again, it is the second leading cause of death in ages 15 to 24. Every day, approximately 105 Americans die by suicide, and depression affects 20 to 25% of Americans 18 and older. And suicide takes the lives of over 38,000 Americans each year. Only half of all Americans experiencing an episode of major depression are treated, and once again, 80 to 90% of adolescents who do seek treatment are treated successfully using treatment or medication. Worldwide, more than 800,000 people die from suicide each year, and it is the leading cause of disability. Also, according to Idaho's Suicide Prevention Action Network, between 2008 and 2012, 83 Idaho school children died by suicide, and 16 of them were ages 15 and younger. And I know that some of you probably know that there were suicides in Sandpoint just last year. So let me tell you what I want and why I'm bringing this to your attention today. I want there to be education about mental health, from minor anxiety to major panic disorders, from minor depression to major depressive disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder to every single mental disorder. Why? Because those suffering deserve to be recognized as human beings, not psychos, humans, who need help just like any other human who has a cold or has cancer. And every single person deserves to have somewhat of an understanding when something like anxiety or depression strikes them or someone they love. None of us deserves to be left in the dark. I want mental health to be recognized by more insurance companies. For example, my insurance covers mental health after a $3,000 deductible. I make no more than about $900 a month. Do you really think that I can afford that? And do you really think that a lot of us can afford that? Because according to the Census Bureau, 46.5 million Americans lived in poverty last year. So in my opinion, my insurance company is saying, we care about your mental health, but not really. You need to pay us money every month and spend $3,000 on your mental health care before we will help you with any of it. If insurance companies won't recognize it, well then I want more affordable mental health care. If you are someone who requires counseling every week and medication, it is going to cost you an average of $330 to $800 a month. For those living in poverty, even some who are middle class and have a family, this is still too expensive. I also hate that the first answer to every one of these issues is medication. Instantly, medication. My first counselor in high school told me he didn't know how to help me anymore, and he sent me to a psychiatrist. My psychiatrist instantly put me on medication, and after a week or so of being on it, I couldn't sit still. My heart felt like I was jogging all the time. At night, I could hear my heartbeat in my head. And then my vision started to get a little blurry. And all of these were supposed to be normal side effects that I guess I was just supposed to get used to. I lost my spot. After a couple more weeks, I hated being awake at all, and I became more suicidal, just wanted everything to be over. I immediately started weaning myself off the medication and focused on getting outside, working in my garden, cognitive behavioral therapy, and praying. The results were way better than anything any medication could have given me. I understand understand that medication is necessary for some cases, and people can find a medication that works for them. But we should be educated on our options rather than just immediately being handed a bottle of pills that we have to take every single day and eventually be made to feel like we can't live without them. There's so many different types of therapy, herbal supplements that can help, exercise, diet, and counseling. I cannot stress that enough. Counseling is so important once you find one that really cares and is knowledgeable about what you're going through. I have found this type of counselor for me, and he is part of why I am standing here today. He has told me numerous times that I should be a counselor. The reason why I can't is because I think I would develop every single mental disorder in the book. That's my OCD kicking in. So he said, your music. I believe you can change the world with your music. You need to keep writing and reach out to people with your music. I started to think that maybe he was right. I have already had numerous people come up to me hugging me or crying after I've sang one of my songs about anxiety and depression. They or someone they know is suffering, and my song gave them hope. That's truly all I want to bring people with my music. Hope, faith, and a feeling of I'm not alone. So I have created the Mountain Revolution. Basically, I have made a Kickstarter account that it has to go under review. It's going to take a few days. But a Kickstarter is where artists, musicians, or really anybody can post their idea for a project and people can choose to donate to their idea or project. The creator then offers something in return. So I want to raise money to professionally record an album and go on a small tour. When the music is finished, it will be downloadable for free online, and if I see you in person and you're on the list of donators, you get a free hard copy. The tour, I will charge at the door of all of my shows, and 50% of all proceeds from the shows will be donated to different foundations and organizations that assist people with mental health issues. My promise to you is that if I ever make it anywhere with my music, I will always give back. I want to use my music to have a voice. I want to be your mental health advocate. I promise I will continue to speak for those lives that have been lost, and I will continue to speak for those lives who are in danger. And I will always, always sing for those who need to hear that they are not alone. The Mountain Revolution. There are two different types of mountains, Mount Doom, and then there's the Holy Mountain. Let's help each other climb this mountain together, and then we'll all be in the mountains where the mighty angels sing. That's the Mountain Revolution. A song that's also on my CD. Man, I feel like this huge weight just like. This song is called The Mountain, and it's basically what inspired my idea to call this movement that I'm starting the Mountain Revolution. And I wrote this in sort of kind of a metaphorical way to describe how it feels while you're fighting through this thing. That's the only way I know how to describe it. It's this thing that just won't go away. So this song has hope in it, and after I'm done, I'll have a sheet of paper that'll lead you to my website and show you how to get to my Kickstarter account once it's ready. So here's The Mountain.
And she just kind of laid this on me today for a few minutes. So you're just going to have to cue me. I know there's a slow part.
I'll kick you.
Yeah. There's a slow part and a fast part, and I need to know when to go from one to the other side. Okay?
I'm not gonna be a slave to you. Oh no, I'm not gonna be a slave to you. I'm not gonna lose who say is I'm destroyed anyways. Perhaps a brand angel will come for me one day. Let it be, I say is I'm destroyed anyways. Perhaps a brand angel will come for me one day. As I lay there in the dark, fills my soul, faith fades away, and I feel the cold, but I got this, so I've been told. You may think you're happy fool, but babe, I'm the one who rules. You're not gonna tear my life down. I'll be the one that's chasing you. I'll no longer be blue. You're really gonna miss that sound of my tears falling down. I no longer have fear, I need to fill my heart. I have the one that fall apart. I stand up as those chains just slip. Spirits fill the air and say, oh, you can leave anyways. That bright angel won't come for you. Spirits fill the air and say, oh, you can leave anyways. That bright angel won't come for you, no way. But I said I won't fall for this again. I'll break right out, you want to be within. I've got this and this is the end. Sorry, I totally spaced. You may think you're happy fool, but babe, I'm the one who rules. You're not gonna tear my life down. I'll be the one that's chasing you. I'll no longer be blue. You're really gonna miss that sound of my tears falling down. Oh yeah, you are. You're gonna miss that sound of my tears falling down. I climbed a mountain that's filled with good. They tried to drag me down, but they never could. Now I'm in the mountains where the mighty angels sing. Let the past be, I say, as I'm rescued anyways. That brown angel came for me today. Let the past be, I say, as I'm rescued anyways. That bright angel came for me today. As I lay there, the good filled my soul. Faith came back, I didn't feel the cold. I no longer had fear, and love filled my heart. You may think you're happy fool, but babe, I'm the one who rules. You're not gonna tear my life down. I'll be the one that's chasing you. I'll no longer be blue. You're really gonna miss that sound of my tears falling down. Oh yeah, you are. You're gonna miss that sound of my tears falling down. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me and us. And we're going to take a break, but then we'll be back for a third short little set. So yeah, thank you so much.